Hi everyone, it's Chris. Welcome to my channel, The Vinyl Orchard. Thank you very much for popping by today. I'm going to continue with my series that I call Favourite 5, where I share my favourite 5 albums, songs, tracks, singles, whatever, by any one band or artist. Today, the choice is URIAH HEEP, a British hard rock band formed in late 60s, I think 1969, pioneers of that kind of hard rock sound alongside Deep Purple, with which they had a lot of similarities, I think, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath. They've done over 25 plus albums and probably looking at Discogs a similar amount of live albums as well, named after a character in Charles Dickens's David Copperfield. Their sound is characterised very much by the kind of Hammond organ, multi-part vocal harmonies, searing guitar, gratuitous use of the wah-wah pedal, which I absolutely love. They were initially led by vocalist David Byron, who had a very kind of theatrical and operatic voice. And those things combined with that guitar sound, that Hammond organ, those multi-part vocals, really provide the sound of URIAH HEEP. At times they were heavy, at times they were acoustic, sometimes they were proggy, influenced by blues and acid rock and all sorts of stuff. Really interesting band. In some ways they were similar to Deep Purple with the guitar and Hammond, and they were around at the same time, and I think they rehearsed in similar places. So one song they did, Gypsy, I know was practiced in a room in Hamwell Community Centre, and next door Deep Purple were practicing. So there's going to be some similarities in some ways. They're a band characterised by light and shade, lots of dynamics and changes, grand operatic vocals. Lots of different people have played in this band as well. I think it's over 40 members of this band, and they're still going strong. They've got a tour planned for 2026. So what I've got for you today are 5 albums, and I've written down kind of 5 tracks in 2 sections, kind of top tier and second tier for me. Okay, let's start with albums. So in 5th place is this one, Magician's Birthday. This is from 1972, I think. It's their 5th album. It looks like a Yes album, and it is quite prog-like in places. Prog-like hard rock, not as consistent or as cohesive as previous efforts, but a decent album. You know, Sunrise has got a kind of an organ-led verses, emotional choruses. Blind Guys, an acoustic rocker with great bass from Gary Thane. Gary Thane died in, I think, mid-70s. Really a sad loss, actually. He was a great bass player, star of the show here. Sweet Lorraine is a good song. Synthesizer solo is excellent. Echoes in the Dark's a good song. Rain is a kind of a decent piano ballad. The title track is kind of, you know, is quite proggy. It's multiple parts, some nice guitar. I don't particularly like the Happy Birthday refrain in it, but it's a decent song and maybe the highlight of the album potentially. Anyway, that's Magician's Birthday from 72 in 5th place. In 4th place is their debut, Very Heavy, Very Humble. This is a band very much trying to find their sound. It's in some places it's heavy, in other places it's proggy. Dream Mare has kind of psychedelic vocal sort of lyrics and kind of multi-part complex vocal arrangements. I'll Keep On Trying is quite a complex tune. Gypsy is wonderful. It's got great power chords, swirling organ, really heavy riffs. Come Away Melinda, I think it's just a little bit overproduced, if I'm honest. Lucy Blues is kind of he's trying to be a bit too much Led Zeppelin for me, and I think that song wasn't on the US version of this album. I think potentially Bird of Prey took its place. And so that's my 4th favourite, their debut from 1970. Bird of Prey is definitely on this, which is my 3rd favourite album, and it starts off Salisbury. This is from 1971, their 2nd album. I'm not sure why there's a tank on the front. I think the Tank Regiment possibly operate on Salisbury Plain here in the UK, so maybe that's a link, I'm not sure. But this is a great blend of hard rock and complex kind of prog rock, really. Bird of Prey's decent rock at the start. Lady in Black is almost like a folky sing-along acoustic tune, which I believe was very successful in Germany. I remember them playing it live, actually, and everyone singing along with it. It's a good song. The Park is a ballad with a kind of a psychedelic feel, operatic vocals, some great harmonies. What else is on here? Time to Live is a decent song. If that memory serves me right, that's got a riff a little bit similar. I think it's that song, a little bit similar to Gypsy. High Priestess is a good song. Now, I know a lot of people don't like it, but I absolutely adore the title track. Sort of multi-parts with everything but the kitchen sink in it. You know, when they were doing this song, they must think, oh, should we have a 24-piece orchestra? Great, let's have some brass, woodwind, Hammond organ. What about a wah-wah guitar solo? What a good idea. and it's all in there. It's really complex and it's a bit over the top, but I think it's a splendid song. And that's my third favourite album, Salisbury, from 1971, I think. In the same year is my second favourite, and on some days this is my favourite actually, but today it's my second favourite. It's Look at Yourself. Brilliant cover. I love the cover of this. Very close to being my favourite. Here we have a wonderful fusion of hard rock and prog rock. The title track is absolutely awesome. It's just got brilliant organ runs, great guitar, fantastic vocal harmonies. The whole album is full of those things, great guitar, keyboard and harmonies. Tears in My Eyes is a great tune, again with a lovely bit of wah-wah guitar. The song that closes the album, Love Machine, is really good stomping kind of rhythm to it. Shadows of Grief is excellent. July Morning is quite proggy, symphonic in places. I really enjoy that song. It's got some kind of gentle acoustic verses and some great use of the moog or moog or however you pronounce it. The star of the show, though, I think on that song and possibly this album is the singer David Byron, whose kind of operatic voice, his multi-octaves theatrical voice must have influenced someone like Rob Halford. It must have done. But that's a really good album, and that's my second favourite album by Uriah Heep. My favourite album by them is this one, though, Demons and Wizards. This, again, with its Roger Dean cover, lovely cover. This is from 1972, and I think this is the album that really solidified their reputation as a good hard rock band. It's got everything. It's got short rockers on it. It's got longer, dense, kind of epic songs. The song The Wizard is just a sublime song. It's brilliant. Traveller in Time is a fancy themed rocker, great wah-wah guitar, what a surprise. Circle of Hands is kind of a power ballad with a bit of gospel in it. Easy Living is just a brilliant track. I love that song. That is in fact the first thing, if I haven't got a single by it somewhere, it's the first thing I ever bought. In the late 70s I bought that, Easy Living. Yeah, that used to be played at like hard rock discos all the time. It's an absolute classic. The closing medley, Paradise and The Spell, kind of starts off acoustically and gradually adds the Hammond and electric guitar. Good instrumental kind of midsection with typical kind of Uriah Heep multi-part harmonies. Great guitar solo as well. Fantastic album, and that is my favourite album by Uriah Heep from 72, Demons and Wizards. Okay, let's look at favourite tracks. Now I'm going to do this in two things, so a bubbling under and then my top tier favourite 5. So bubbling under at number 5 is from this album, and it's called Rainbow Demon. Just a Rainbow Demon, sorry. Just a brilliant tune. I love it. It's one of the, I think it's a real highlight of this album. Fantastic song. That's at number 5. At number 4 is from this album. It's second track on side 2, I think. Yeah, Shadows of Grief. Again, that typical Uriah Heep. You know, that vocal, that octave change, those guitar solos, that swirling Hammond. Fantastic song. Shadows of Grief from Look at Yourself. And that's my 4th favourite, bubbling under. At number 3 is the opening track on this album. What a statement of intent, Gypsy. Just brilliant, heavy riffing guitar, psychedelic sounding solos. It's just a brilliant song. What a way to introduce yourself to the world. Fantastic tune. I love that song. Actually, that even made it as a B-side on a single to The Wizard. Okay, that's number 3. At number 2 is from an album called Sweet Freedom, which is from 1972. I thought I had that, and I checked my Discogs list, and I haven't actually got it, so I need to put that right. But the song on there that I think is just a brilliant song, it's my second favourite in the bubbling under, is Stealing. What a fantastic song. That was a single back in 1973 or something. Fantastic song. That's Stealing at number 2. And at number 1 in the bubbling under is the title track from this album. It's not a particularly strong album. It's not bad at all. The title track is fantastic. Return to Fantasy. It is a brilliant kind of up-tempo, typical Uriah Heep, great guitar, great organ. Again, those harmonies and that brilliant theatrical vocal from David Byron. Absolutely fantastic stuff, and that's my number 1 on the bubbling under. So what are my favourite 5 Uriah Heep songs? So at number 5 from my second favourite album, Look at Yourself. This is from 71. This song, as I said earlier, is kind of a proggy kind of song with some acoustic parts and some great Hammond and everything else in it. But it's a song that closes off side one. It's called July Morning. It's a fantastic song, a real epic song, and that's my fifth favourite Uriah Heep song. I love it. At number 4, from my favourite album, is the single I showed a minute ago, one of the singles, and that's The Wizard. It's just melodic and beautiful. The acoustic guitar at the start is fantastic. It is an absolutely top-notch song, brilliant stuff, great songwriting, and that's my fourth favourite Uriah Heep song, The Wizard from Demons and Wizards. At number 3 is the epic that is the title track of their second album, Salisbury, with everything thrown in. It's got woodwind, it's got brass, it's got brilliant Hammond organ. Ken Hensley playing, I think it's Ken Hensley. Absolutely fantastic stuff, and just the guitar solo on it from Mick Box is just brilliant. It's absolutely insane song, a bit over the top. People will think it's a bit meandering, but I love meandering stuff, and that is a brilliant song. That's my number 3. Sorry. At number 2 is the song that first introduced me to this band. I remember going to kind of heavy rock discos, and alongside Silver Machine and Paranoid and some Quo and things like Black Knight by Deep Purple, they played Easy Living by Uriah Heep, which is obviously on Demons and Wizards. It's a fantastic song, and just a very little side story. I remember they played at the Poole Arts Centre in the Wessex Hall down in Poole back in, I think it was 1980. And I was in the pub next door, which was called The Mermaid. And this guy came in, I got chatting to him, and he was the lighting guy for Uriah Heep. And he said, "Oh, come next door." So I came next door and I sat on the lighting desk with him. And I think they played it as an encore, Easy Living. I did the lights, just tapping on the lights so they came on and off during Easy Living. Fantastic. Absolutely epic moment. Just brilliant song. I absolutely adore that. And that's my number 2. So what is my favourite song by Uriah Heep? What would be yours? And I must admit, I didn't give this a huge amount of thought, because I love this song. I think this song is just one of the greatest hard rock songs of the 1970s. It is fantastic, and it's the title track and opening track from this album, Look at Yourself. It is just an absolute epic. It summarises Uriah Heep. It's up-tempo, it's multi-part harmonies, all those octave changes, all the swirling Hammond, all the wah-wah guitar. It's got all of that. It's melodic, it's heavy, it's just fantastic. And that is, without a doubt, my favourite song by Uriah Heep, and that is Look at Yourself from 1971. So there you go. There's my favourite 5 on Uriah Heep. Tell me what you think in the comments below, and I'm sure I'll be back sometime with another video. Cheers.